Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF44 coming at you in another video. All right, so, all right. Now let me let my hair down. Let me just relax a little bit. As y'all just watched me do the objective thing and talk about the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors Game 6 where the Warriors won the game. Now I kind of want to get a little loose here and talk about it from a Laker perspective, telling you how I'm feeling right now as a Laker fan who just watched the Boston Celtics not get it championship in number 18. I'm happy. I'm extremely happy. I am. It's a bittersweet thing because if you guys been watching me, I think it's easy to tell that I really did like the team that the Boston Celtics put together this season. I really did. I don't take any joy in necessarily watching them fail, but as a Laker fan, I always have my eyes on the bigger picture. We literally just got number 17, and I really, really, really did not want the Boston Celtics to jump ahead of us again. They've been ahead of us my entire life, right? Like literally ahead of us, always, any of our lives. They've always had more championships than us until basically right now. And it's like, can we just enjoy this for a little while longer? Or dare I say, pass them up, right? But when you get to a point where you get a little older, it's not as simple as I hate them because they wear that uniform. Now I have a channel. I'm invested in watching these teams grow. I've watched the Celtics put together this team, so to speak, and then watched them make the changes and all that. So you kind of just look at it as a bunch of clusters of players who are interchangeable. For all I know, a bunch of those Celtics could be Lakers next year. So it's like I don't kind of look at it like I used to. The older I get and the more involved I get in watching the game, it's easier for me to root for other teams as it pertains to wanting to see those clusters of players succeed and wanting to see teams structured properly. Especially when it's a free year. Unfortunately, what that means is when my team isn't involved, right? So it's a free year. Hey, we didn't make it, so now I get to root for anybody. The problem is you cannot, as a Laker fan, root for the Celtics. Not a real one. Not a real one. Now, if you're a bandwagon fan or if you're a LeBron-only fan, of course you're upset tonight because Curry just tied up Bron. But that's not something I'm interested in, to be honest with you. You guys know I'm not. I never made any secret about that. I do like Bron a lot. That's our guy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm rooting for him to win more championships. So I'm not interested in Steph Curry tying him up because my interest is in him winning more championships. So if he ties him up, then that's just more motivation for us to get more, as far as I'm concerned. But I think a lot of people are looking at it as something that taints LeBron's legacy. And I just, you know what I mean? His legacy will be fine as long as we continue to build properly and put him in a position to succeed. That's our job. So that's really what we're going to try to do. And if we can't do that, then we need to do what's right by Bron and put him in a position to end his career on a high note, man. I don't think he should be going down with the ship with us. I don't think that. So that's my humble opinion about LeBron James. His fans have an entirely different point of view in regards to this thing. I'm always going to root for the team that's going against the Celtics. That's always going to be the case. There ain't no way around that. It's a part of my DNA. It's who I am as a Laker fan, a real one, who was a Laker fan before he understood himself. So it's one of those situations where it's like, look, yeah, did I like seeing Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown succeed? Absolutely. The best way for them to get me to root for them is for them to go somewhere else. As simple as that. And as long as they're with the Celtics, I'm always going to want to see the Celtics lose. So subsequently, they're going to have to lose with them. This just is what it is, and I think most Laker fans were happy to say that. We're very happy to see what took place tonight, especially given the fact that it happened on Lucky's floor. We lost a championship on Lucky's floor many a time over. I was actually able to witness one of them, probably the worst one ever. We got blown out by 40 points on the Celtics floor. Kobe Bryant, did the best we could, but we had a lot of injuries that year, and it was one of the most demoralizing and irritating things to experience because you're sitting there, you're looking at Paul Pierce. He's from Inglewood, California, and he's up here screaming, beat LA. You got Ray Allen. He's from California. He's over there shooting your threes down. You got KG, who's literally my favorite player growing up, who wasn't a Laker. Now he's over there killing us. And as a kid, I didn't look at it like I look at it now. Like, I really hated you because you wore the Celtics. I really hated you because you're going against the Lakers. So that was an especially frustrating experience. And it only heightened my desire to see Lucky continue to get beat. And so when Kyrie stomped on Lucky's eye, I laughed at that, enjoyed seeing that happen, even though he had his own reasons for that. I still, it warmed my Lakers soul. It really did. And so on and so forth. And tonight, seeing them pull out, the boards that they lay down, or whatever they call those things, the platforms that they lay down, covering up Lucky's head, laying down them platforms so that Steph Curry could step up and get his finals MVP and hold a trophy over his head. That meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to me to see the Celtics lose, because what is most important is that the Lakers continue to stay in a position to pass them up. And right now, it looks like we're going to have a couple bad years, so they can't be piling up championships while we are down. So that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. This is a great night to be a Laker fan. I'm sure it's a much better night to be a Warrior fan, but it's a great night to be a Laker fan. Trust you me. Real Laker fans are having a wonderful night. It's beautiful. I'm telling you. When that buzzer sounded and Steph Curry was down there crying, I felt the warmth. I felt the warmth, man. I kid you not. It was a good feeling. It was like a sigh of relief, because I really been capping in this camera for y'all. Talking about these Celtics, about how much I want to see the Celtics do this, Celtics do that. Deep down in my soul, I'm sitting here praying to God the Celtics lose. For no other reason than my loyalty to my purple and gold. And I'm telling you guys, I'm going to be a very unique mind, because you're going to see me do this. You're going to see me try to be as objective as possible as this channel continues to grow. But you will always remember, because I will always remind you, I am never rooting against my Lakers on any level. And mind you this, it's going to get hard for me, because I don't think I can do the objective thing as it pertains to Lakers being in the finals. I'm not going to be able to sit up here and say, I need Jason Tatum to get me 15 points in the quarter. I ain't going to be doing that if he's going up against my Lakers. I'm letting y'all know that now. I'm only going to be looking at it from a homer perspective, so long as my team is involved, unless I'm able to overcome that to some degree, which I don't even desire to. My Laker fandom runs super deep, and I'm not. I don't know how not to do that. You know what I mean? I don't know how not to be that way. Not at all. When it's a free year, or my team isn't involved, I'm objective, Mr. BDF for sure. When the Lakers are playing, there is no other team. There's nothing else at all. I'm telling you, there's nothing else. When I was a little kid, the Lakers determined everything that was going on in my life. I didn't want to go out with my homies because the Lakers was playing. I did not want to talk to you on the phone because the Lakers was playing. If the Lakers lost, I didn't want to be bothered. I wanted to sit alone in my room. If the Lakers won, I'm up, I'm laughing. I probably want to go outside. Like, that's how it was for me growing up. So, with that being said, as I continue to go forward in this journey with this channel, just be prepared for a whole lot of homering as it pertains to the Lakers being the team that I'm focusing on. As I'm just going to always look at it from our perspective. It's us. It's always us. So that's it. That's all there is to it. And any rivalries that we have, you best believe I'm against you. If you are a Laker hater, if you are someone who enjoys seeing Lakers not succeed, you may think I'm on your side sometimes because of how objective I talk about other teams. But trust you me, we are not going to get along. I'm not going to be nice to you. You ain't going to be nice to me. I'm about Lakers, and it's us against the world, always. So anybody's worried about what BDF is coming from when he's speaking, let this be a declaration of truth. It's Lakers versus the world here. And not only that, but it's the front of the jersey, not the back, man. I will talk about any player positively or negatively as I see it. I will get on coaches. You know me. If you follow me with this Laker thing, I get on coaches. I do not take it lightly on them. Sometimes I'll be wrong. I'm not the greatest basketball mind either. So I'll tell y'all the truth, and you know that already. I don't claim to be a basketball guru. I'm just a guy passionate about my team and passionate about seeing professional athletes be in positions to get the most out of themselves and the teammates around them and get the most compensation for what it is that they provide. Balance and all of that matters to me a lot because I do want to see a league flourish long after I'm here, man. I just really love the professional ranks of NBA basketball, and I like the fact that it brings people together from all over the world and gives them an opportunity to take care of their families. Look at a guy like Nikola Jokic. I see how when he won his MVP trophy, He was in at home in his country on his ranch. I think about what he can do for those people. You know what I mean? What he can do for his family and for that entire area just by being an NBA player. Financial possibilities for brothers in the hood and families all over. It takes people in places where you have nothing, and it gives them opportunities to be wealthy forever just because they have a talent. That is a beautiful thing, man. And I think that is why I like the NBA so much. It's not just the sport that I'm in love with. It's with the possibilities of what it can do. You know what I mean? So, and the marketing of it all goes international. So it helps us in the USA not be so self-centered as it pertains to how we look at ourselves. We understand that great players can come from all over the world. MVPs can come from Serbia and from Greece and from Africa and stuff like that. Like, you know, it helps us understand that there's value everywhere. You know what I mean? And so that's what the NBA means to me. And I hope, as a Laker fan, we can continue to make people love our squad so we can build this Laker Nation thing, because that's what I'm about. I want us to continue to be the dominant force in sports, let alone the NBA. I want us to continue to win championships. I want to see us win another 10, 12 championships in my lifetime. You know what I mean? That's my goal, is to try to lend my voice and show a different angle, a fan's perspective. With the type of brain that I have, I think I'm pretty unique in that way. I see things a certain way, so I know that some of the stuff that I say may be useful to people who are really in positions to do something. Like, honestly, I just look at the world a certain way. And, you know, as you follow BDF, I think you'll gain an understanding of what it is I'm saying in that regard. But nevertheless, I want to say thank you to everybody who follows me once again. I'm happy. Tonight is a great night. The Celtics lost. The Lakers are still tied with them. We got a chance with LeBron James and Anthony Davis to possibly, with a few magic tricks, maybe build ourselves a team that we can be proud of next year and hopefully compete for a play-in tournament position. I know that's not what we're talking about here in terms of championships, but hey, my expectations are not going to be super high for next season. I just know better than to do that based on what we have to work with in terms of building and the tough circumstances it'll take to undo some of the mistakes we made. It's going to take a couple years. I get that. I think LeBron gets that. I think AD gets that. But they're still going to go out there and they're going to give it their all, and they're going to believe. They're going to believe. And I think when you believe, good things can happen, especially if you build a team that guys can work with. At the end of the day, history tells us LeBron James doesn't need a whole lot. But if you give him a fit he can't work with, and you surround him with players that don't have any size, don't play defense, you're not going to get far. So hopefully, in the short term, we can at least build, like I said yesterday, a team that really, really fits him. And from there, it'll just be on him to drag them where they're going. You know what I mean? You sign up for LeBron James, he knows what it is. He drives a bus. So we're going to give him another bus to drive, and in year 20, he's going to do that. And it's going to go as he takes him. So, you know, that's what it is. I don't see no other hope for the Lakers in terms of trying to compete for a championship soon. It's going to be LeBron James or bust. So let's roll, King. That's what I got to say, man. Lucky lost the championship tonight, but he had a chance to win it on your watch, King James, while you're a Laker, bro. You know, it's been a lot of Lakers who've lived, who've played hard. You know, think about Kobe. I think about Shaq. I think about, you know, Powell. I think about Kareem, Magic, Worthy, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor. You know, we've had so many awesome Lakers come through here, man. Even some of our role players like Lamar Odom, Derek Fisher, Rick Fox. You know what I mean? Think about all the guys that we've had, man. It's just one of those situations where I look at Bron and I say, Kobe was able to knock out a championship against the Celtics, and that wasn't in his control. He just so happened to fall in place twice in his lifetime with the Lakers, where the Celtics were able to be the team on the other end of it. He was able to get them once. I don't know if LeBron will ever get that opportunity. He would have had it this year, though. We missed that, man, and I think it was because we put together something that really wasn't good enough, bro. I think that's obvious and safe to say. This year, I don't want that to be our story. I don't. If we have injury issues and guys just don't make it through the season, so be it. That's part of it. But I don't want this to be a situation where we didn't get there because we didn't build right. Because we decided to do something funky with the roster and just Never gave ourselves a chance. I don't want that to be the case. I think Bron still has a lot of control over what we do with our roster, which is why I'm speaking this way. I want him to have a better vision for this roster. I ain't talking about Pelinka. I ain't talking to Jeanie Buss. I ain't talking to nobody but just Bron. I want him to have a better vision for this team this season, because it is going to be on him to drag us where we're headed. And if anybody can do the absolute and utter impossible, it would literally be him. So build easy, build smooth, build seamless, build a fit, bro. It's on you. Deep down, we all know it's on you. Build. Because if the Celtics are there next year, we need to be. It's that simple. I don't give a damn what's going on. I don't care what it look like. If the Celtics are there next year, we need to be. I'm going to leave it at that. BDF 44, I thank you all for watching. I'm out.